Welcome, guys, by the way, to our first ever episode of UniTV. Okay, we're going to give out Gen 1 Uni and 10 Meta Passes. Meta Passes, right, Jacky? That's what we call it?
Yes, it's called MetaPass. You are absolutely right.
Yeah, so 10 Meta Passes. How we're going to give it out, basically, you need to watch the video and then we'll be dropping a question somewhere in the middle. I won't say when, but you need to check it out and then give out the answer in the comments, and then we'll pick the winners. It's going to be basically 10 winners, one Gen 1 Uni, and then a Meta Pass, and then 9 other Meta Passes.
Correct.
Okay?
Nice, exciting.
Then Jacky, why don't you give us an introduction to who you are, what MetaJam Asia is, and what Chain Debrief is about?
Right, hey, hi, my name is Jacky. I am from Chain Debrief. So Chain Debrief, we are a crypto media and NFT community. We're based in Singapore, but obviously what we want to do is want to be the go-to platform for all things crypto, not just for Singaporeans, but also for audience around the world, because there's no geography limitation to crypto content, right? So anyone can also consume our content. Everything that we do on Chain Debrief is basically want to help new investors or beginners to really understand the world of crypto, to really understand the world of NFT. Because when I first started on crypto investing, right, it feels very foreign and scary. Where do I start? There's so many scams. There are all those kind of information out there. There's so many coins. Where do I start, right? And there's no one platform that sort of like be that central platform or resource center for me to learn, okay, how do I evaluate coins? Where should which centralized exchange should I go to? Which NFT should I buy? How do I mint, right? So then we started Chain Debrief, right? So that we hope that our friends, our communities, anyone can also, refer to our resources when they want to learn about the world of crypto, right? And so that's essentially a very brief introduction of Chain Debrief. And we have editorial content, we have video content, we have our podcast as well, we have our community on Telegram, Discord, everywhere lah. Yeah. So that's Chain Debrief. Yes.
You want to tell them a little bit about Pulse?
Pulse, wow. Okay, so as we build Chain Debrief, right, one of the stuff that we were thinking about is basically people ask us, so what coin should I buy today? Right? People always ask that because people are in crypto to make money, correct? Right. So we were thinking, okay, can we automate this process of helping people discover undervalued protocol, which is why we're building an in-house analytical dashboard called Pulse. The whole idea is that can we scan all of the different blockchain and the total value log and all those kind of metrics, financial metrics, and then you can log into Pulse and see which are the protocol that's undervalued based on fundamentals, right? So that's essentially something we're building internally, again, to help answer the question of which protocol should I look at today, how or which projects or which token is a hidden gem right now and that's something that internally we are also tracking as well, and we are building a dashboard to answer that question. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Wow, that's great, man.
Yeah, so I mean it's a very hard hard problem to fix, but it's something that we feel very, very passionately about as well, because every day we're just trying to make money, right? We're trying to see which one will blow out and whatnot, right? And or rather, do I feel comfortable holding this token or not? So for us, it's internally, if I know that the token is undervalued, I'll be like, yeah, it's fine. Even if it crashes like 50% like today, right? I still feel comfortable holding it because I know that it's undervalued. And we feel quite passionately about it, which is why we're building a tool for it, lah. Yeah.
Cool. So it's basically a dashboard with all the on-chain metrics, that kind of thing, right?
Correct. What we do. Sorry, continue.
You know Nansen, right? How is it going to be different from Nansen?
Yeah, so for Nansen, I think what they do is that, first of all, Nansen is a great product. Love them. They are built mostly for institution and very heavy Web3 users. And what they do is they actually track wallet movements. So that's different from what we are tracking. What we are tracking is basically a TVL of a particular chain, and then the valuation of a particular chain, and then we give very financial comparison between this protocol and that protocol. So let me give you an example, right? The two layer one that is popular right now, so Luna and Solana, for example. How do you know which one is undervalued, overvalued? So what we do is that we always tell people, Luna has a total value lock on the ecosystem, which is about, let's say, $10 billion, right? Solana could also have a total value lock of $10 billion. Okay, but their market cap for Luna is maybe 2 times higher than Solana's market cap. So by this metric alone, you will know that for the same amount like TVL, right, they should have the same amount of valuation or market cap. Right. Hence, we will say, like, based on this metric, Luna is overvalued or undervalued. So this is different from Nansen. Nansen is they track who are the different wallets and what are they aping into. Correct. So it is two different things. Yeah. All the whale trackers, NFT. Correct. So it's slightly more. So ours is more, we try to make it more easily understandable for the retail users. So you just come in and we just tell you this one undervalued. And then this one is blowing up because they are launching ABCDEFG. This one blowing up because investor is investing in it. So this kind of more this kind of metrics that we're more interested in.
Okay. Yeah. And then you have like analysts to give like create blog posts of different breakdowns of all this, how to use it, educational content, basically.
Correct. When it's up lah. So I think that's the whole reason why we're launching Pulse. We're quite excited about it, but it's a very tall order. It's something that's not very easy to build. We took some time. We're still taking some time. Hopefully we can push it out very soon lah.
Okay, nice. Okay.
So it's very beginner or noob friendly.
Right? Yes, sir. I am a noob as well.
For me, I think the way you talk, you're too advanced for my level with regards to crypto. I'm like a noob, right?
No,
NFT is just beginners.
We all start, we all start somewhere. I mean, the fact that we're here talking about crypto, about NFT, right? We're still early. I always tell people that we're still very, very early. And there's still a lot of opportunities, lah. Yeah.
That's great. Okay.
For sure, yeah.
How about you tell us about MetaJam Asia? It's a very event.
Yes. Hi, I don't know if we can flash the MetaJam video, but so one of the stuff that we're doing at Chain Debrief is that we're co-organizing an NFT festival and exhibition. It's called MetaJam Asia. In the US, right, there are NFT LA, there are all those NFT New York, all those kind of events, right? So we want to build a event in this part of the world. The reason why we're doing this NFT festival and exhibition, right, is because we want to create accessibility into the Web3 space, and we want a physical event space where all of the different NFT communities in Singapore and Southeast Asia to come together to celebrate NFT, right? So hence we launched this festival. It's going to happen in May, June, July, 3 months, over 12 weekends. And what we're doing is we're partnering with different NFT communities to do their showcases. So Uninterested Unicorn, Shogun, all of you guys are coming on board as well. So we're going to showcase all of the different NFTs at the physical event space, along with all the other different partners, right? So Karafuru is coming in, the other side is coming in, all the different players coming in to just celebrate NFT, right? And it's not just about NFT showcases. Yes, there are screens for us to display the NFTs, but when you first come to MetaJam, right, there's sections for you to learn about NFT. So you come in, you can see installation, description about what exactly is NFT, what is smart contract, why is it not just a JPEG, right? So you go from room to room or like section to section, right? And it's a very interactive stuff where you learn stuff and you get educated about the world of NFT. And we're quite excited to do this. And again, it's happening over 3 months from May, June to July. We're still firming up the programming. At the end of the event, there's going to be a MetaJam Summit as well, where we are having speakers from the NFT space, the DeFi space, the Web3 space, to basically discuss what's next, what's big on the world NFT and GameFi lah. Yeah, so that's pretty much MetaJam, and we're very excited to have an Uninterested Unicorn on board as well.
Nice. Yeah, thank you. Like, talking about the summit, right? If I'm not wrong, it's across 3 days in June, right? Sometime in June.
July is the end of it. So
the end of July.
Correct. The end of July. So after the whole MetaJam festival is almost over already, so then the summit sort of concludes our 3-month event. So the event is going to be held at again, Singapore, and it's we have a 6,000 square feet retail space, so 2 levels. You can just explore. It's like a 2 shopping center lah, and it's a shopping center. We took up 2 levels.
Where is it?
And then you can just walk through. It's at Tekka Place or 2 Serangoon Road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's near Little India Road. Yeah, so the city fringe. But yeah, so you just gotta come in. I think it's gonna be very fun. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. And only the 10 lucky winners have a chance of attending the summit, right? Those pass holders.
Yes, but I mean technically you can also mint the NFT. So for the summit, right, it's only available for ticket holders and the NFT holder. So the MetaPass is basically the event NFT. And with the NFT you get access to the event and also the summit itself. And for the NFT, you are able to access the event MetaJam every single day, and just join all the different communities. There are different workshops as well, and we're organizing a lot of meetups over the next 3 months lah. Yeah.
Cool. So it's more like it's a ticket NFT, right?
It's a ticket NFT, but beyond just a ticketing NFT, we are also dropping some whitelists to the projects that we are curating. And that we're partnering with. So like across the next 3 months, right, at the event itself, we actually are launching 3 different NFTs. Not us lah. So 3 other different partner NFTs they are launching at the event itself. And then there will be whitelists given to the NFT holders. Yeah.
So is it a physical live minting event?
We don't know how they want to do it lah, but I mean hopefully we're trying to.
Do you have the names already?
No, I mean, I don't think it's any big. I mean, it's like not global level kind, but a few local projects that has they're trying to enter the NFT space, and we're supporting them with putting them in front with the right communities, and helping them with the launch and the minting as well. So they're gonna mint on the event on the 3 months, the next 3 months lah. Yeah. Okay.
Wow, that's very interesting. Yeah, I also saw like this whole digital experience thing, right? Like, what's this whole unique physical digital kind of experience?
So for us, I mean, right now everything seems to be online right now, right, in the world NFT, right? So what we want to do is basically bring everyone down to the event space, hence the physical aspect to it. And then for the summit there might be a digital screen, and what we're trying to do is that we're trying to mirror those that are attending the event physically and virtually as well. So that's something that we might be introducing. We're still fine-tuning it, but the whole idea is that you can access the event virtually as well as coming down to the whole event space lah, through any of the next 3 months, May, June, July lah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's quite interesting. Then will there be any sort of like gaming, event initiatives there?
Yes. So we have actually on the event space, right, we have a arcade machine section where you can actually play some GameFi games over there. So we're working with one of our sponsors to basically have their content at the event itself. You know how when you go to those arcades or those playground or fun fair, right, there's an arcade machine. Right. Last time it's very like basic one, right? So what we do is
Tekken, those type.
Yeah, the Street Fighter stuff, correct. So what we do is that we basically remove, we plugged in all of the GameFi of our gaming company, gaming partner, and so people can just come in and they're like, oh, okay, what's the whole GameFi space about? And then they can just play the game very, very quickly, casual game, and they have a rough understanding of it, so that they walk out from the event learning something about the NFT space and the GameFi space lah. Yeah, so that's quite exciting. Yeah.
Okay. So is it can they control the characters with like joystick and the button?
Okay lah. I mean it's just a left right button only.
Very simple.
Just press very simple one. Cannot lah, because
experience.
Correct, because you need people to come in, and then it's a flow. So we don't want people to stay in that station for very, very long, which is quite bad lah. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't hoard you can't have tokens and just pile up the queue there. You just experience it, right?
Correct. So we want people to flow in and out. So I think that's something that we're quite excited to be working on, and hopefully we can see and meet with a lot of people in the space and just have a good time lah.
Okay, yeah, sounds like like I used to go to GameStart Asia a lot. GameStart Asia is one of the big gaming conventions here in Singapore, but
Singapore,
they stopped
yeah.
doing it already. Yeah, so I envision it something being like this, where there are a bunch of different exhibitors, partners, brands, they're all coming down, setting up stalls everywhere, and then there's a big, tournament. Maybe there's a GameFi tournament in the future. So eventually it's gonna become an NFT like gaming event down the road somewhere, right?
Hopefully, I mean, we don't have our focus on NFT. Gaming is a small subset of the whole game NFT space, right? So, we want this event to not just be in Singapore, so we're bringing it to hopefully next one we're going to bring it to Malaysia and Indonesia as well. Maybe Philippines. We haven't found a partner yet. So we haven't found a partner in Philippines yet. But we do have plans and partners that we're talking to in Malaysia and Indonesia as well. So we're quite excited to be replicating this experience to the region, and what we realize as we are in the NFT space is that there are a lot of like interesting projects and a lot of people who are very, very interested to come into this space. So how can we, and we hope that by doing MetaJam, people who are interested to find out more about the space can come and learn about NFT, right? And then hopefully they can mint their first NFT through us, or discover all the projects that we curate at the event. And then for those that are trying to find out more about, hear from speakers and whatnot, right? So we hope that MetaJam Summit can give them an insight into what's happening in the space, what to look out for in the next 1 year, 2 year, and what's exciting right now, right? We hope that this can be that platform lah. And it's just why we're doing MetaJam lah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree. I like the part where you mentioned the education side, right? The basics, because I think nowadays people just jump in. They jump in blind. They don't know, like, okay, I'll mint, but I don't really know what I'm doing, right? So it's good. You need to know what's an NFT. It's just a JPEG, so you are armed with that knowledge, right? That you can just right click and save it. No, it's something different.
This should
right?
be Jacky, you should put one neon signboard right at the front when people walk in. It's not just right click and save.
No, you're absolutely right. Actually, when you come in, the first thing you see is that one. So no. Actually, that is exactly what we're doing, dude. Like you nail it head on, right? So when you come in, there's actually a portion where you can see like, okay, why is this not just a JPEG, right? We'll explain like, okay, so NFT are basically JPEGs, but behind the JPEG are actually lines of codes, which verifies your ownership. Right, hence this is not just, yes, you can right click and save it, but you will just right click and save as the JPEG, but not the lines of codes behind it, which verifies your ownership lah. And all of this stuff is very interactive stuff. So what we're doing is basically, you come to the event already, right? You see it's just JPEG, but then what we're doing, actually I give you a sneak peek. Y'all can wear a goggle. You wear the glasses. You wear it, right? You see the lines of codes behind the JPEG. So it's like,
nice.
So it's like sort of like
interactive.
So give you the understanding of, okay, you're not just seeing a JPEG. So with what happens with NFTs and smart contracts, basically there are lines of code behind it that proves your ownership. And that's just one aspect of it. And that's just you come in, you see that thing. So you understand, right? Like what exactly is NFT? And then there's a section that talks about smart contract, facts about NFT. So you really learn about the NFT law. And then once you're educated already, then you go to the showroom, which are all the different NFTs. Then you're like, oh, okay, this is Uninterested Unicorn, this is BAYC, this is ABCDEFG, right? But you already have the understanding of it in the first room, in the first space already, right? So we're really, really excited to be showcasing this to the public in a couple of weeks' time. Yes,
quite soon actually, 1.5 months, about there.
3 more weeks, open doors already.
3 more weeks, yeah.
May, early May. So
May 6, right? Is
6,
when
correct.
you're opening. Yeah,
correct.
It's gonna be open every weekend. Is that correct?
Yes, every weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, anyone can come. You need to buy a ticket, and then if you are the MetaPass holder, the NFT holder, you can come any day, and then you can access to our summit as well. And then you can also have whitelist access to all the different projects that we are curating and partnering with. And there are a couple of projects that we're partnering to launch at MetaJam itself, which will give whitelist to the MetaPass holder as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Just to clarify on that MetaPass, it's for one entry, right? So for example, if you bring your family over, they need to have like an extra pass.
Yes. So there are three types of pass. The first one is basically the event ticket. So every day you can come in and just buy one ticket and just go in, the normal physical event ticket. The second ticket is basically the season pass, which is also physical, so you can go any day. Okay, so slightly more expensive. And the third one is basically the NFT. The NFT, which will be minting, I think, in a week's time, a week plus time. That one gives you event access, as well as the summit access, as well as the whitelist access. So basically the NFT lah. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and that one also, we haven't really announced yet, but for future iteration, like if we do bring MetaJam over to other countries, then I mean there will be perks also for the holders as well. Yeah.
Damn,
It
okay,
might be possible. Right? Yeah. Sorry guys, we're changing the mechanics now. We're gonna give out
two.
8.
No, 2.
-2. -2. Yeah, I mean that's so great. That's so great.
I mean, we hope that we can garner enough support and for the stuff that we're doing. I think what we're really trying to do is basically again educate people about NFT, especially right now. There's just a lot of projects launching. How do you identify good projects? For that, you need to have a really strong understanding about the world of crypto, right? The how things work behind, smart contract stuff, yada yada. It's
right.
A bit technical, but what we want to do is make it very easy for you to understand, and to get a foundation right. And one of the stuff that we're also showcasing at the festival is also the various use cases, right? And it's not just JPEG, right? But a lot of brands are jumping onto the NFT space, the metaverse space. So we want to highlight all of those lah. And our mission has always been about, again, educating, and then making it easy for people to come into the exciting world of Web3, right? And hopefully we can get everyone to support the work we do lah. Yeah.
Definitely. I think it's going to be a very interesting event. Like, never had one on this scale before here in Singapore, especially. Then other countries.
Because COVID.
Yeah,
because of COVID. Yeah.
That's why I think now's a good time to capitalize on that.
I mean, it's just nice. Like, we planned this since late last year, yeah. Like,
oh, that's quite well.
Yeah, so December, so we were planning and then we were doing the programming, and then we set it. Okay, we have to launch already lah. Then just nice Singapore, because we were hoping that before they announced that they were going to open up, right? We already announced MetaJam was going to happen already. So we didn't time it lah. But I mean, it's good timing for us also that Singapore sort of open up right now also lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, I know that.
Actually, because of COVID.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's really because of COVID. This is the first time I'm gonna have MetaJam, right? But I think because of COVID also, the one thing the only thing good that happened is like we were immersed with NFTs. I mean that's when it started also, right? We had the time to check out the NFTs. I think that's when it boomed, basically.
Yeah, I think that's certainly one of the catalysts. But I think increasingly, a lot of big brands are coming into the space, and that sort of like pique a lot of interest from the mass public audience. Like for example, let's say if Facebook or Meta says that they're going to introduce NFT to Instagram or WhatsApp or whatever, however they want to do it, right? Prior to this announcement, those that haven't heard of NFT would have been like interested right now, right? And not just for Facebook, but Adidas is coming in, Nike came in, Gucci recently. There's so many big brands that are coming in as well, and it's just it's definitely here to stay lah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So like I know NFTs now is a very relatively new concept. We're very early on. But from your perspective, where do you envision this industry going from between 5 to 10 years? Like, in your opinion, you can be a dreamer. You can say anything.
Wow, I don't know. Like I feel like 5-10 years is too far away already. But I always tell people half a year ago, right? I always say like, imagine Tiffany & Co. So you know Tiffany & Co, right? The jewelry brand, right? Yep. I say can you imagine one day they will announce an NFT, and then with the NFT you can choose all the different diamond and all those kind of stuff, right? Different grades and whatnot. You can just mint it, and then if you mint a Tiffany & Co NFT already, right? You can actually walk to any Tiffany & Co jewelry shops and say, oh, I have your NFT, and then you scan it and verify it, and then you just get a discount or collect your stuff, right? Or whatever, right? I think that was 6 months ago, and a lot of brands are already doing that, and you can see that happening already, right? And it's not very unimaginable, and I think that situation or that scenario is going to happen like sooner or later. In fact, I think most of the brands, I always tell people, any forward-looking brands that wants to stay ahead of the competition curve or marketing curve, right, would be thinking about NFT today. If they are not, right, they're behind already. So, you know, it's definitely here to stay lah. In terms of like metaverse, I actually cannot see that. You know, there are a lot of like companies, centralized and decentralized spaces. They are trying to build their own metaverse, and all of the stuff in the metaverse, basically your NFTs, right? I actually don't know who will win. I think it's a very I cannot see it yet, because I think the technology is still not there yet. A lot of people say the future of NFT and metaverse basically like Ready Player One, right?
Yeah.
But I really don't know. So I feel like we still need real world interaction, and
Definitely.
I feel like
yeah,
so
like
I don't know.
AR.
I think
See more like AR, you know.
I actually cannot see AR yet.
Can also.
Like, I cannot see. I cannot see it yet. Like maybe 5 years later, but I think cannot lay. Like you plug in and then just
No, apparently
interact.
China is developing 6G, right? So the amount of the bandwidth
6G?
Yeah, 6G. Then there was one video on YouTube that they released a while ago. It's full AR. So you walk in it was this guy taking a video into the bus, and then he put on the glasses. Everything was like interactable in the virtual world. So it's AR.
Like the Free Guy movie?
Something like that, yes. Something like that. Yeah.
I see.
But I don't know. I feel like it's still very, very early. I feel like you need a lot of adoption or like education for that to happen. But what I do think might happen in the next 2 to 3 years, right, is that we're going to have a centralized platform. It could be a MetaMask app, for example, right, that allows you to, that acts as your central verification wallet for all of the NFTs that you can interact with all the different brands. So right now, you know, our every NFT is still, you know, is still all over the place, and you cannot really have a centralized platform to verify whether you own an NFT or not in the real world. Like the whole Tiffany & Co example that I gave, right? Like Adidas, for example, they have an NFT, for example, right? I think maybe 2 to 3 years down the road, MetaMask, for example, could be that platform that just have a scan feature that you can allow you to scan to all the different Adidas outlets. I scan it, and they straight away on the outlet, I verify that I am a holder and I get a discount, for example, or I get event access, for example. I think that might happen in the next actually 2 years, 1 or 2 years. But the whole metaverse stuff lah, the AR stuff lah, Ready Player One stuff lah, I cannot see it. Yeah, I just maybe I'm a bit. Yeah, maybe I'm a bit like, you know, I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to happen actually. It's a bit too scary already. Maybe my kids' generation will see that through, you know.
Yeah. I agree. But I like that. I think that will happen too. I would agree. Just your example, the Tiffany and company, right? Because it's really good, especially if you market it that way. I'm gonna buy an NFT and then I could claim an IRL item.
Yeah,
an item or a discount, whatever. But yeah, it's good because it's digital ownership meets in real life ownership, right?
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, so I think that's something that I think is gonna happen sooner or later. Like yeah, I mean, even in the Philippines, right, the whole Axie thing, right, it just blew up, right? And you know, Axie can very easily just go and partner with I don't know, a big corporation in Philippines and just say, look, I have all of the account users in Philippines, which is bigger. The wallet account for Philippines holders is actually bigger than the credit card users in the country. I read somewhere lah. And you want partner with me or not? And then you want, right? You just give me, okay, let's discuss something out. And then so that my users, you scan that you verify a user already, right? Then you can have access to your, hotels lah, resorts lah, coupon codes lah. It's so easy for them to do it. They already have the users already. It's gonna happen, right? It's just time only.
Yeah. So if you're watching, if you're from a big corporation, you're watching right now, that's alpha for you. Capitalize that, okay?
Yeah, so I really believe, I really believe that any big corporations or S&P 500 companies, any forward-looking organization, if you're not on NFT today, right, or not thinking about NFT or incorporating that as part of your marketing strategy this year, right, you're out already, you're late already. We might still be early a bit, but every team in the world is thinking about NFT right now. Yeah, that's what I feel lah, but I could be wrong,
Boomers, take note.
You heard it here first from Jacky.
Yep.
All right, so you better thank Jacky if you are successful in incorporating that. Okay,
so I think that's pretty much all the time we have right now, because fortunately we are on the free version of Zoom.
Hey, Zoom is rugging us. Hey, Zoom don't rug us lah.
It's okay. We wanted to keep this short anyway. So I just wanted to thank you, Jacky, for coming on. Having this talk with us. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. We definitely enjoyed speaking to you. Telling about our audience about MetaJam and Chain Debrief. So is there any closing statements that you'd like to say?
No, I think again, we just like to introduce ourselves. We haven't really properly introduced us to your community, right? So, so we were from Chain Debrief. Again, our core vision is basically to be the go-to resource for all things crypto. So we help people understand, how to mint your first NFT, how to do your swap, how to do LPs and stuff like that. For MetaJam, it's happening in May, June, and July. Our event NFT is minting in a week or so do check us out on our socials. Our website is metajam.asia, and then you can follow all of our socials. You can search it out on MetaJam basically.
So we will put it in the description below.
Hey, correct.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
You need to like and subscribe, please, guys.
Oh yeah, and don't forget, I think we should have flashed the question already somewhere in this video, so I hope you guys have seen it. So I think that's it for us. If anything else?
No, thank you very much, Jacky. It was very informative, and it's exciting actually to be able to experience that. So if anyone is planning a vacation, plan it on the weekends of May, June, and July, and you can even check out MetaJam Asia there. And hopefully it comes to a country you are situated. So we'll look forward to that as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Jacky.
Okay, thanks guys. Bye-bye.